If you're over 60, please take a moment to really hear me. I'm not just speaking to you as a doctor. I'm speaking to you as someone who has sat beside countless seniors in hospital beds, and they all said the same thing to me. I truly thought I was eating healthy. But what if I told you that the very fruits you've trusted your entire life, the ones you've always believed were safe, refreshing, even good for your health, might now be quietly harming your heart every single day? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to help you protect yourself. Because I've seen far too many good people make the same painful mistake. They believe that eating fruit automatically means safety. But after 60, your body doesn't work the same way. Your heart becomes weaker. Your metabolism slows down. Your blood vessels stiffen. And that means even foods you've always believed were healthy may now be placing dangerous strain on your heart if you don't choose carefully. In this video, I want you to understand there are certain familiar fruits that may be silently damaging your heart. Little by little, quietly, without signs, without warnings. Many seniors have no idea they are doing this to themselves. But today you will. And the first fruit, it might already be sitting right there in your kitchen. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that button and turn on the bell so you won't miss important health tips made just for you. If you find this information helpful, comment 1 to let me know you're here with me. What's the fruit you eat most often? Please share it with me. I'd love to hear from you. If you're over 60, you need to be careful with those soft, overripe bananas you still believe are good for your heart. Bananas may have been a healthy choice for most of your life, but after 60, your body no longer handles them the same way. Bananas, especially those soft ones with black spots, are loaded with potassium. For younger people, potassium is essential. It helps regulate heart rhythm, blood pressure, and muscle function. But as you age, especially after 65, your kidneys process potassium much more slowly. This means potassium from foods like overripe bananas can quietly build up in your blood without you realizing it. The problem is, this condition usually comes with no clear signs. You may feel a little more tired. Your heartbeat may occasionally feel off, or your muscles may feel weak. Many people ignore these signs, thinking it's just aging. But in fact, your heart may be under silent attack. When potassium levels get too high, it can interfere with the electrical system that controls your heartbeat. This can lead to arrhythmias, to a dangerously slow heart rate, or even cardiac arrest if left unchecked. I've seen many seniors who believe they were eating healthy. No one ever told them that overripe bananas could become a hidden threat. Especially if you're taking blood pressure medication, diuretics, or have any level of kidney problems, even mild, your risk is much higher. So what should you do? Choose firmer, less ripe bananas. Eat half a banana per serving if your doctor approves. Pair it with high-fiber foods like oats or chia seeds to slow potassium absorption. And most importantly, listen to your body after eating. What once helped your heart may now be quietly harming it. If you're still watching and find this information helpful, please comment 1 below to let me know you're with me. Now, let's move on to the next fruit sweet, popular, and sitting in almost every American fridge. Let's talk about grapes. You're still here with me, and that shows you genuinely care about your health. That's something truly valuable. Now, I want you to pay close attention to another familiar fruit, a sweet trap that many older adults unknowingly fall into: grapes. Have you ever thought that eating grapes is a healthy habit? Grapes are small, sweet, juicy, and convenient. They seem so harmless. But in reality, grapes may be one of the silent fruits quietly damaging your heart every day without you even realizing it. I've met many seniors who gave up cookies and junk food, replacing them with grapes, thinking it would help protect their hearts. But despite their effort, they still struggled with high blood pressure, bad cholesterol, and rising blood fat levels. Why? Grapes are packed with fructose, a type of simple sugar that rushes straight into your bloodstream. Unlike apples or berries, grapes barely have enough fiber to slow down that sugar absorption. And when you're over 60, your body can no longer handle sugar the way it used to. Fructose quickly turns into triglycerides, dangerous fats that quietly stick to your artery walls and slowly damage your heart. What's even worse, grapes are addictive. Most people don't stop at 4 or 5. They usually finish a bowl, sometimes even a whole bag, and they do this day after day. Every time, your blood sugar spikes, your heart works harder, and over time, this can lead to high blood pressure, irregular heartbeats, and hardened arteries. Many older adults have asked me, I switched from cookies to fruit, but why is my blood pressure still high? Why is my cholesterol still getting worse? The answer is simple. Not all fruits are safe as you age. You can still eat grapes, but you must eat them in extreme moderation, just a few pieces at a time, and ideally, pair them with fiber-rich or protein foods like almonds or yogurt to slow down sugar absorption. Never replace your main meals with fruit, and don't make grapes a daily habit. What seems light, fresh, and healthy can quietly be tearing your heart apart without you noticing. And it's this kind of hidden danger that's truly the most harmful. If you're ready, let's move on to the next fruit, a summertime favorite that many people love, but can cause real trouble for your heart. Let's talk about watermelon. Watermelon is a familiar fruit, especially on hot summer days. It's cool, sweet, juicy, and almost everyone believes it's completely harmless. But if you're over 60, especially if you have heart or blood pressure issues, watermelon can be a hidden danger you may never have considered. I've met many older patients who ate watermelon every day, especially at lunch or after light exercise, thinking fruit is always healthy and watermelon helps rehydrate. But in reality, watermelon can cause your blood pressure to drop rapidly, and you might not even notice it. Watermelon contains a high amount of citrulline, a compound that helps dilate blood vessels. For younger people, this can be beneficial. But for older adults, especially those taking blood pressure medications, this effect can cause blood pressure to crash suddenly, leading to dizziness, blurred vision, or even fainting, sometimes while doing simple daily activities. I've seen patients who thought they were dehydrated or suffering from heat exhaustion, but the real cause was a dangerous blood pressure drop after eating watermelon. It doesn't stop there. Watermelon also has a very high glycemic index. Eating too much can cause your blood sugar to spike quickly and then drop sharply, creating wild fluctuations that put serious strain on your heart. These sugar swings make your heart beat irregularly, cause vascular inflammation, and increase the risk of arrhythmia, especially in older adults. You might think, it's just fruit. How can it be that dangerous? But when your body is aging, when your heart is more sensitive, even the simplest foods can quietly become a hidden threat. So what should you do? You don't need to give up watermelon completely, but eat only a small portion, a few pieces, not a whole bowl. Never eat it on an empty stomach. Avoid it right before physical activity. And never pair it with blood pressure medication unless you clearly know how your body reacts. Eating the right way isn't just about choosing what tastes good. It's about choosing what's truly safe for your aging heart. If you're ready, let's move on to the next fruit. Delicious, energy-rich, but loaded with dangerous saturated fats, durian. Durian is a fruit loved by many. Its rich, sweet, creamy flavor makes it feel like a special gift from nature. But if you're over 60, especially if you have heart problems or high cholesterol, durian can quietly become a serious danger to your heart. I've met many older adults who believe durian is fruit, it can't possibly be as harmful as fast food or fatty meats. This is one of the most common and dangerous misunderstandings. Durian is not like most other fruits. It contains a high amount of saturated fat, almost as much as some processed foods doctors constantly warn you to avoid. The problem is, as you age, your body's ability to handle fat decreases significantly. Your arteries begin to harden. Blood flow weakens. When you eat durian, the saturated fat rapidly increases your LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol that directly clogs arteries and damages your heart. I've seen many seniors who regularly enjoy durian completely unaware that their favorite fruit was silently working against their heart health. They simply felt a little uncomfortable, maybe heart palpitations, sweating, a racing heartbeat, or anxiety, and assumed it was just the hot weather or normal fatigue. But in truth, their hearts were under dangerous stress. Even worse, durian can raise your body temperature and stimulate your heart to beat faster, especially if you eat large portions at once. For older adults, especially those on blood pressure or cholesterol medications, eating durian frequently can quietly trigger a dangerous internal storm, leading to arrhythmias or even heart attacks. You don't have to ban durian completely, but you must know your limits. Eat only small amounts. Never finish the whole fruit. Avoid eating it several days in a row, and never eat it when your body is tired or your blood pressure isn't stable. A single wrong choice, a fruit you thought was completely safe, can silently become the reason your heart suffers. If you're ready, let's move on to the next fruit, a tropical favorite that's sweet, energy-rich, but hides a serious risk of blood sugar spikes and fat buildup: ripe mangoes. If you're still here with me and finding this information helpful, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Your support helps me continue sharing more important health tips for our community. Now, let's move on to another tropical favorite: ripe mangoes. Ripe mangoes are sweet, soft, and fragrant, loved by many people. But if you're over 60, you need to be extra careful. Ripe mangoes can quietly push your heart into danger if you eat them the wrong way or too often. I've met many older patients who ate ripe mangoes every day, sometimes even replacing snacks with a full plate of mangoes. They believe that eating fruit is always good for health, but the truth is, ripe mangoes are packed with sugar, especially fructose, a type of simple sugar that enters your bloodstream very quickly. When you're over 60, your body's ability to process sugar is no longer the same. The fructose from mangoes quickly turns into triglycerides, dangerous fats that stick to artery walls, quietly causing blockages, raising bad cholesterol, and pushing blood pressure higher. Even worse, ripe mangoes have a very high glycemic index. When you eat too much, your blood sugar spikes rapidly and then drops sharply, creating huge swings that force your heart to work harder. Over time, this can lead to irregular heartbeats, fatigue, dizziness, and increased inflammation in your arteries. I've seen many people who thought switching from cookies to fruit was safe enough. But that's not always true. Not all fruits are safe when your heart is aging. You can still enjoy mangoes, but you must limit your portions. Just eat a few small slices, never a whole plate, and don't eat them every day. You should also avoid dried mangoes or mango juice, because the sugar concentration in those is much higher than in fresh mango. It's best to pair mangoes with fiber-rich or protein foods to slow sugar absorption. And if you have diabetes, high blood pressure, or high cholesterol, Make sure to consult your doctor. What you believe is healthy may actually be quietly harming you every day. Fruit isn't always the safest choice if you don't fully understand how your body is changing with age. If you're ready, let's move on to the next fruit small, easy to eat, but capable of making your heart race dangerously, lychee and longan. Lychee and longan are familiar fruits, small, sweet, and easy to eat. Many older adults choose them as a dessert, thinking fruit is always a safe and healthy option. But in reality, lychee and longan can be sweet bombs quietly triggering rapid heartbeats and dangerous arrhythmias in seniors. I've met many patients who thought they made the right choice by switching from cookies to eating lychee and longan every day. What they didn't know is that the type of sugar in lychee and longan is absorbed extremely quickly, causing sudden blood sugar spikes followed by rapid drops, wild swings that an aging heart can no longer manage properly. Even worse, lychee and longan are considered heating fruits in Eastern medicine, which means eating large amounts can raise your body temperature, speed up your heart rate, and trigger feelings of anxiety, restlessness, insomnia, and excessive sweating. I've met older adults who ate just a bowl of lychee or longan in the evening and spent the entire night tossing and turning just with a racing heartbeat and unexplained dizziness. Especially for those taking blood pressure medications, arrhythmia drugs, or diabetes treatments. Lychee and longan can suddenly place dangerous strain on the cardiovascular system, forcing the heart to work in a high-risk state. Many people believe I've switched to fruit instead of sweets, so I must be safe. But they don't realize that the smallest, sweetest, and easiest to eat fruits may quietly be the reason their heart is losing control. You can still enjoy lychee and longan, but only in very small amounts, a few pieces at a time. Avoid eating them throughout the day. Never eat them at night. And always try to pair them with fiber-rich or protein foods to slow sugar absorption. Remember, not everything that's light, sweet, and easy to eat is safe. Sometimes the greatest dangers come from the smallest things, and lychee and longan are a perfect example. If you're ready, let's move on to the final fruit, a drink that many people enjoy every morning, not realizing it may be quietly destroying their heart day after day: fruit juice. Many older adults start their day with a glass of fruit juice. They believe it's a healthy habit, something they've done for years. But in reality, fruit juice may be one of the things quietly destroying your heart faster than you think. I've met many senior patients who were shocked to learn that a glass of orange juice, apple juice, or grape juice can contain as much sugar as a can of soda. But because it's labeled fruit juice, people mistakenly think it's always a good choice. Here's the real problem. When you turn fruit into juice, almost all the natural fiber is removed. What's left is pure sugar that your body absorbs quickly. For younger people, this might not be a big issue. But after 60, your body's ability to process sugar slows down significantly. Every glass of juice you drink in the morning can cause your blood sugar to spike suddenly, like a shock to your system, forcing your heart to work harder to stabilize it. This creates tremendous pressure on your heart and blood vessels. I've met many older patients who told me, I don't eat sweets. I don't drink soda. I only drink fruit juice every day, but I still have high blood pressure, bad cholesterol, and feel like my heart is always tired. In fact, fruit juice itself was the silent culprit. Without the fiber to slow absorption, the sugar in fruit juice rushes straight into your bloodstream, causing blood vessel inflammation, irregular heartbeats, and forcing your heart to work overtime. It's especially dangerous for those taking blood pressure, diabetes, or heart rhythm medications. Fruit juice can cause blood sugar to swing dramatically, leading to dizziness, fatigue, and severe arrhythmias if not carefully managed. You don't need to stop eating fruit in the morning, but you should eat whole fruits. Chew slowly, and let your body absorb sugar gradually through the natural fiber. Strictly limit fruit juice, especially on an empty stomach. Fruit juice is not a healthy food if you don't understand how to use it properly. Sometimes, what you think is good may actually be silently damaging your heart day after day. If you're ready, let's move on to the final section, where I'll summarize everything and share with you the most important lesson to help protect your heart after 60 chunks. Today, we've gone through 7 familiar fruits that may quietly be harming your heart. You may have always believed that eating fruit is completely safe, but after 60, our bodies have changed. What was once good for the heart may now silently become a burden. I understand how you feel. We all try to make the best choices for our health, but sometimes the things we trust the most can quietly harm us every day. Your heart has been working tirelessly for decades, beating without rest to keep you alive and well. Now is the time to truly take care of it with knowledge and wiser choices. I hope the information in this video helps you protect your heart, live happily, live healthily, and enjoy your years fully with the people you love. If you found this video helpful, you can help me continue growing this channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing this video with someone you care about. If you would like to further support my work so I can keep creating valuable content like this, you can check the description box below. Even the smallest contribution is truly appreciated. It helps me continue spreading important health information to the community. What fruit do you eat most often? Please share with me in the comments. I will read and treasure every story you share because you deserve to live healthy, be happy, and most importantly, you deserve to be heard.